This one is resolution honoring the life and legacy of Reverend Dr. Nelson Napoleon Johnson. I understand he has a lot of family members and friends that would like to come up. Please come up accordingly. Before I read the resolution, we'd like for us to pause for a moment of silent prayer in memory of Reverend Nelson Johnson. Please pause with me. Amen. The resolution reads as follows. Resolution on the life and legacy of Reverend Dr. Nelson Napoleon Johnson. Whereas Nelson Napoleon Johnson was born on April 25th, 1943 in Early, North Carolina, and at age 81 years of age, departed this life on February 9th, 2025. And whereas a young Nelson Johnson was raised on a family farm in Littleton, North Carolina, in Halifax County, and in 1961 he graduated from an all-black high school in Littleton. And whereas he answered the call to serve his country by enlisting in the United States Air Force, where he was stationed at Westover Field, Massachusetts, and later in Maiden, Germany, before being honorably discharged in 1965. And whereas following his military service, he's moved to Greensboro, North Carolina to pursue higher education at North Carolina A&T State University, where he became deeply involved in civil rights and social justice efforts. And whereas Nelson Johnson actively participated in youth education services and later helped to establish the Greensboro Association for Poor People, advocating economic and social justice for marginalized communities. Whereas he was a witness and participated in historic social unrest that occurred at Dudley High School and North Carolina A&T State University in 1969 and throughout the 70s, was engaged in various political movements, working towards systemic change, advocating for the rights of workers and the oppressed. And whereas he survived the terrible aftermath of the famous Nazi Klan March, later known and acknowledged as the Greensboro Massacre, and following the tragic events of November 3rd, 1979 in Greensboro, Nelson Johnson remained steadfast in his pursuit of truth, justice, and reconciliation, and continued his commitment to justice and equality. And whereas he completed his undergraduate studies at North Carolina A&T State University in 1986, subsequently earned a Master's of Divinity degree from Virginia Union School of Theology in 1989. And whereas in 1993, Reverend Johnson became the pastor of Faith Community Church in Greensboro, providing spiritual guidance, leadership, and unwavering support to his congregation and the broader community. And whereas he was instrumental in founding the beloved Community Center in 1991, a vital institution dedicated to fostering social justice, collaboration, and equity. And whereas Reverend Johnson and his wife Joyce advocated for a Truth and Reconciliation Commission in 1999, which was modeled after Nelson Mandela's progress in post-apartheid South Africa to promote forgiveness and healing, thereby convening labor unions, women's groups, religion and civic institutions that met with victims, Nazi affiliates, and Klan members to identify past traumas in an effort to heal a wounded community. And whereas Reverend Johnson's leadership extended to numerous civic and interfaith initiatives, including his service as a member of the Greensboro Pulpit Forum, the Mayor's Community Initiative, Vice President of the National Interfaith Committee for Worker Justice, and Chairman of the Board of the Greensboro Justice Fund. And whereas his commitment to community change was unmatched by his love of family, as he is survived by his wife of 55 years, Joyce Johnson, two adult daughters, Aku Johnson, Madison, and Aldale Samari Johnson, granddaughter Elise Jamil Madison, and grandson Nelson Josiah Samari Johnson, in addition to a host of family and friends who cherish his memory. Now therefore be resolved that the Guilford County Board of Commissioners recognize and honor the extraordinary life and contributions of Reverend Dr. Nelson Napoleon Johnson, celebrating his legacy of advocacy, leadership, and unwavering dedication to social justice. And be it further resolved that his entire work and lasting impact serves as enduring inspiration for future generations. His lifelong commitment to justice, equality, and community building left an indelible mark on Greensboro, North Carolina, and beyond. Adopted this 17th day of April 2025, I hereto set my hand and cause the corporate seal of the County of Guilford to be affixed the 17th day of April 2025. Melvin Skip Austin, Chairman, Guilford County Board of Commissioners. Ms. Johnson, again, we extend our deepest sympathy for the loss of such a great man that served this community well. He would be missed, but he would never, ever be forgotten. Thank you for his service, and thank you all for standing by his side. Ms. Johnson, they ask that you come forward and shake each of our commissioners' hand, and if you'd like to have a word, you'll feel free to do so. Okay. Okay.
Good evening. First, my name is Akua Johnson Matheson. I'm the oldest daughter of Reverend Dr. Nelson Johnson. And for all of his family and friends, we really thank you and appreciate this honor. It is indeed an honor. Sometimes you don't get recognized until you're no longer here, but it is a beautiful thing to have his family here to see it. And so everybody that's family and friends, you saw a few of us. If everybody would just stand quickly who's here on behalf of Nelson Johnson. And so there is a quote, I'm going to change it a little bit. May the work my father did speak for him. Thank you so much.